Hey, welcome to another episode of the Winner's Edge. This is number 14, and this is a midweek update, July 15th. And let's go ahead and get right to it, guys. So, this week there's been some pretty crazy activity, in the markets when they move aggressively sometimes from news events or whatever it is. I'm a technical trader. I do not look at the news on any of this. I have found in the past that sometimes the news can be misleading, and so I don't watch any of it. I am a 100% technical trader. Okay, so we are currently, as of Wednesday, we are currently in 7 live trades, and there's really only one other market that's even getting close to making a setup, and so I'll show you that one. And so these markets we've been in all week long, and so I'm going to go over them one at a time. This one is particular interesting. We've been in this market, the Australian dollar to the Japanese yen, for almost 2 months now. We got into it for the right reasons. We're at 20-year highs. We had everything lining up on the VMS 2.0. Got into the market. We even, when it made this triple top here with an engulfing candle, we went ahead and put on a second position. But now, and the market was moving down. It was going nicely. And then here, and it's starting to go up here. Well, my concern is that this is the swing high right here on this 1, 2, 3 downtrend pullback. This is the swing high. If this market breaks above it, that's a concern for me. And certainly if it closes above it, that's a deal breaker for me. I don't want to be in this market anymore because it's now changing the downtrend to an uptrend. Okay, you get that? And so what I've done is I moved my stop loss down to what I'm comfortable with. I don't want to take a loss in this market. We've been in it for so long, and I would leave it if it wasn't changing directions, but the structure itself is changing maybe. Don't know yet. I've got this line here saying, "Hey, that is the line in the sand right there, man. You go past this, I got a problem." And so we're going to watch that one fairly closely. I've already moved my stop loss, so it would be in a small profit in a worst case scenario. Canadian dollar to the Singapore dollar is the next one that we're in. We've been in this one for, I don't know, just last week. We got into it on the 10th, I guess. And so this is one where we kind of jumped the gun a little bit. I really didn't have enough rejection here. Everything else was looking superior. And so I went ahead and took the trade. Well, that's what you get. You got to wait for rejection. And so here is where the rejection came just about 2 weeks later. Yes, 2 weeks, not 2 hours. And so we ended up getting a hammer candle, which is a strong reversal candle, just like a shooting star from the top, followed by an engulfing candle right here. You can see that momentum was obviously in an uptrend and it was hooked up. Technically, we do have divergence on this where it came up, went back down, and then came up again, broke the high above that. So we are in this one, and we'll just wait it out. We're looking for about a 2 to 1 on that one. Swiss franc to the Japanese yen today is going against us. Yesterday it went against us. So today is Wednesday. Yesterday was Tuesday. So we had this big move up right, right there. And prior to that, we were moving down very strong. And again, every trade that we take is based upon the VMS 2.0 strategy. So everything checked all the boxes on this trade, but that's what it's currently doing. And I don't really have, I'll have a filter up here. Our stop losses are already placed 1.5 times ATR above or below whatever the swing high or low is. So if this market made a push down and now breaks above this area here, that could signify that it might be changing into an uptrend. So we'll watch this one. If it breaks above that, in fact, I'll just put it in here right now. If it breaks above this level, then we'll have to maybe rethink this trade. Next one is the euro to the Swiss franc. And this is one that, again, took it 1, 2, 3 pullback, fourth leg of the pullback, strong rejection, strong engulfing candles, great looking momentum, and volume was solid. So this one, the markets move and breathe. We did get a break and close above the rejection, which I kind of thought it was going to take off after that, and not in the opposite direction, though. Okay, the next one is euro to the yen. This one I think we're short in. We are. And again, another one that is moving against us at the moment. We'll just let this one play out and see what happens. And, again, every trade we take is based upon the VMS 2.0, and in the long run, it will work out. So this one's moving nicely with us, and in fact, you can see it's just now, as of this recording, just now hitting our first profit target. And so we will look at that one a little bit closer after I get done with this video. And the next one that we're live in is the dollar to the Canadian dollar. Here's another one that's going very nicely for us to the downside, and we're looking for just over 3-to-1 profit on that. Not too much further to go, so I'd love to see that hit. And the dollar to the Swiss franc, unfortunately, is following the Canadian dollar, and we're long in this one. So we'll see what happens. Probably a lot of times what these markets will do, they'll come down and test the support or go up and test resistance before making that move up. This right here technically is a new high, a break and close above this swing high here. And if you just look at the line, you can do it yourself, but you can see that the actual swing high here with the wick coming out is lower than what the high of this one is, or the close of this one. So we'll see. We want this one obviously to turn around and go the other way. We have 2 positions on this one also. Now, the only other one that we're really watching here is the euro to the Australian dollar. I think one of them scrubbed this morning, and it was this one. I already scrubbed this one. And when I did the video for our private group, which I do every day and post it on our private group, we found that this one was no longer applicable because it broke and closed below what we identified as the support of this 1, 2, 3 uptrend pullback. So I think the other one must have been the Australian dollar to the Swiss franc. This guy here. Oh yeah, okay. I remember evaluating this with the private guys. Okay, so you can see that we were watching this market, Australian dollar to the Swiss franc. We were watching this market for rejection and continuing down. We see this as being in a downtrend 1, 2, 3 pullback. So if I'm here, I've got don't do that. I've got 1, 2, 3, and then a pullback into the support zone, or resistance zone, which was support. It didn't happen. Okay, we didn't get the rejection here, so we just blew that one off the watch list. Then it went back on the watch list as it was coming up, but this is a whole new setup. Now we're looking at a triple top scenario. The market just barely touched in here, and we dropped down to a 4-hour to take a. So you can see there's really, the rejection isn't really there. I mean, here's rejection. There's the difference. That's rejection. This is not. A lot of times this is a fake out where they want you to think it's going down, and then boom. So they get a bunch of sellers in, and then they take you to the moon. But this one here, you can see this is what I'm talking about with more rejection, not just on the 4-hour, but also on the daily. We want to see multiple lines of rejection. So it's like this one here, this trade that we took, you can see it came down, and then we have multiple lines of rejection. So on a daily chart, here's 4 candles that were on that support level. On a 4-hour chart, that's 4 times 4. So that's 16 candles. So that's a really strong rejection area. And that's how you have to look at it. Okay, that's really all I have for you guys. I'll keep trading these 7 and make my adjustments if I feel like I need to. Don't forget, we also have a free Facebook public group that I post to pretty much daily, and I give you what my thoughts are, and sometimes I post some videos in there. We also, um, what else do we have? I don't know. We just, I'm trying to be as transparent as possible with the VMS 2.0, and I've had a long journey to get here. I think this is a great system. You can back test it without costing you anything. And if you watch enough of my videos, you'll start seeing that this really is not a difficult strategy to grab a hold of. You just have to learn how to set up your chart in order to receive it. So, okay, that is the podcast for today, guys. Episode 14, 15th of July. Have a great day. I'll talk with you next time.